So in today's web dev tip, we're going to take a look at the styling of our app and just tidy up a few things, but also we'll take a look at the mobile responsiveness of the app as well, because we've kind of forgotten about that as the project has progressed. So for example, in our production site at the moment, everything looks okay on desktop, but as soon as we switch to the mobile responsive view, you can see that everything breaks. The header is basically creating extra space. So the actual main body of the page where the strapline is obviously all squashed up. So we need to fix this. It's no good for a mobile device. So I've already made some changes to fix this. So if you go over to our development version of the app, you can see here, at least now we're getting the whole image on the page, and the title and the strapline is appearing as it should. And if you scroll down, all of the other sections that we've added in are appearing correctly as well. And if we actually create a new rickroll as well, that kind of actually appears nicely on a mobile device. And we can actually copy that as well. So it's quite a simple design, so making these changes is relatively simple. So instead of typing everything out line by line, I'm just going to quickly bring you up to speed of where we are with those SCSS or CSS changes. So let's go over to our code, and you can see here in our Git history the things that have changed, and this, so we'll just run through those and give you an update as to how you can make a site such as this a bit more responsive. So first thing is we've just reset the body margin. You might have noticed on the production site that there's like a little white border around everything. So we've just removed that. It's usually good to do a reset at the start of your CSS files. Of course, if you're using a framework, then that will probably be included already for you. And we've made some other changes down here. So when we changed everything to anchor tags in the menu, just setting the color of those to white, adjusted the padding slightly for the strapline, because when we get down to the responsive views, we're just going to really play with those padding settings to make sure that we're not having excessive padding on the mobile devices. And I also just included the instructions and the about padding information for those different sections in the main style file as well. So it means that if we do put anything on the stats website, then we can reuse those classes, but also just to keep everything in one place. So I can show you here how we're going to adjust the padding for those sections. So we'd already got one media query actually set up, which was for adjusting the background position of that hero image. So we just moved it slightly to make sure that you could actually see Rick Astley when you're on the mobile device, and you can see that still works as well. But these are the rules that I've added in. So just a load of other media queries so that when we're on that smaller device, we make some modifications to the styling. So the first thing is with the header, we take away a lot of that padding and also reduce the font size of the logo, the actual text of the site. And for the moment, I've just actually set the unordered list, which is the navigation. So you've got your home, contribute, about, and instructions. I've just actually completely removed that from the mobile view, but in the next couple of lessons, we're going to be re-implementing that as a responsive off-screen menu. So the other things are just some more padding adjustments for the strapline section. And again, some more font adjustments, size adjustments for the strapline text. And the other thing is with the input elements, such as the button and the select, for creating the new rickroll, we've just set them as block and take up 100% of the page, which gives us that nice stretched view of those elements there. So they just make it a bit easier for the user to click on the smaller device. And then these items here for the URL result and copy button are the elements that are used to actually copy the text onto the clipboard. So just reducing the font size of those and making sure that they don't take up too much space. And then finally down here for the two sections for instructions and about, again, just reducing that padding so that it all fits on the page nicely on the mobile view. So there you go, there's just some simple media queries that you can use to actually update your app to make sure that everything appears nicely on a mobile view. Hopefully that makes sense, and you can see how it's just a case of reducing padding and font sizes, and maybe just adjusting the alignment or the kind of display of some of the elements on the page, just to make sure that they fit in with the view or the space that you have available on a mobile device. So there you go, our app is kind of mobile responsive now. In the next few tutorials, we're going to be looking at creating that off-screen menu so that we've got a menu available for navigation when the user's on the mobile view. But that's it for this tutorial. Make sure you stay tuned for more web dev tips.